that you are in positive energy. Okay. What's up, y'all? Hey. Hey. Clearing out the energy. Clearing out the energy. This feather been through what I was saying.
Hey, try.
Y'all, I was sitting here looking at this feather. We had this feather for a very long time, and I was like,
Actually, that's the new one.
oh, I was like, this thing look
Look,
like
this
it
is the
been
old
through.
one.
Oh, that's the old one. I was like, this thing look like it been through.
And that, I don't know what happened. I think, you know what? This one right here, I think I might have left it out in the sun, right?
Oh man,
But we use it to clean,
yeah.
just to cleanse.
We be clearing out the energy. What's up, tribe? Hope you guys are doing well and positive energy and attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright, okay? Of course, we're coming through with another message for you guys, so make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Be sure to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to run it up with some thumbs up, some hearts, all that good stuff, right?
That's right.
Okay? All praise to the Most High God and ashe to the ancestors. How y'all feeling this
Big
morning?
highs, hello, yo.
Hey, yo,
hey,
yo,
hi.
what up, Yodi?
How are you?
Okay, como estas, all that good stuff.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Top of the morning.
Okay.
Grand rising. Rich rising. Everything. Everything's slick, right?
Everything.
Spirit said everything's slick.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey,
Grand
y'all.
rising.
What's good, y'all?
Okay, so we love you guys so much. We want to get into a message. I feel like it's a very important message this morning. You know, I don't know. Spirit has been having us fall back a little bit because I don't know. Like, we have really been getting some strong downloads, and I feel like some of the things that are coming in, it could be overwhelming, right? So you could be feeling this energy of just feeling like overwhelmed, you know, like so much responsibility, so many things to do, you know, maybe even feeling like you don't have enough hours in a day is what I'm hearing, right? But I feel like I was talking to my husband yesterday and we spoke, and maybe I even spoke about it to the collective, I can't remember, but we spoke about, I got this from my mentor a long time ago. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So right now we should be in the stage of preparing for everything that's coming in for us, right? But you could be like, I'm so overwhelmed, la. It's like so much going on. And I get it, remember? Because to whom much is given, much is required. So you are a person that goes through many battles and challenges daily. And you could be feeling like I'm overwhelmed, but God is like, guess what? I got you. Because you know, God gives us strength in our weakest moments. In those moments where we feel tired. In those moments where we feel like we want to give up.
Right.
So there's someone that, you know, you could be feeling this energy of overwhelm, but just know that you have a support system. You know, you have a lot of angels and your spirit team, you know, that are surrounding you daily. So just know that when you don't feel like going and you feel that energy that's pushing you, it's your support team. Okay.
Okay. So I just want to tap in and say hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Spirit get to moving early.
Russia. Hey,
hello
Russia.
from Russia. God is great. God is best. Download time, right? You already know what it is. So yeah, let's get to it, right? First download. I'm just gonna get straight into it so we can get to the cards because we got a day lined up, right? All right. First of all, beware of those who judge you harshly, but in turn look for leniency when it's their turn to go through judgment.
Come on now.
Period. If you have people in your life that judge you harshly, right? Or they judge others harshly, and when it's their time for judgment to reach them, they look for a way out. Or, you know, the rules change. It don't apply to them like it applied to you. When you was wrong, it was big rules involved. And then when they was wrong, it was big leniency involved, right? So Spirit says, just be aware, just beware of those type of people. Right?
That's why it's important that judge. What they say, judge
Judge
the
not
same
lest-
way you gonna be judged, right?
Judge not lest you be judged, right?
That's right.
And it's, I mean, to a certain degree, we all called to judge in this life.
Absolutely.
Period. Point blank. You got to judge. You got to make decisions.
Discern.
You got to be a judge. You got to be, some of you spiritual judges, right? For what it's worth. But if a person is a person of harsh judgment, then they got to be able to receive it on their end, right? It's hard to judge a person that can really walk into their own judgment. All right, that means that they according to what the word say. Word say don't say judge.
Right.
It says judge not lest you be judged. So it's basically saying if you judge people, be willing to incur the same judgment. And for people who not, just ease away from them. Right? I'm feeling like our best defense is to move away from things. Not even to stand and fight it, right? You know how that old song say, the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's, right? That's what the old heads say. The battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. Real talk, like the battle is not yours, it's the higher powers in your life. They defend you on a spiritual level. So when people do things like that, it's spiritual. It's definitely spiritual. Because you can see a person squirming. You know how you know when it's their turn, or you know it was your turn, and it was like you was on that raft alone. But then when it was their turn, they was wiggling and squirming, and you was looking like, well, they can't even deal with their judgment like they gave me judgment, right? So those type of people, is no sense in being involved with them at this point, right? It's a waste of time and energy. So Spirit says when you pick up on it, just know. That's the caution flag. That's the cautionary flag. Because maybe somebody's connected to people and you really trying to sort out who you should be connected to. So maybe this message is for you. Maybe you find yourself connected to a person like that and you asking God, should I let this person go out my energy or should I hold on to them? Well, if they judge harshly and they look for leniency, right, that's not the best character for you to be connected with. Second download, right? Let bygones be bygones.
Come
on. And it's leading into the third download, but we gotta begin to look at life and look at it like, okay, it happened to me and it helped make me.
Just leave it there. Go away.
Look at life like it happened to me, it helped make me. Instead of holding on to it, because the things that we hold on to, the holding on to in the past is what's holding us up in a certain right. Literally let bygones be bygones. Like you was wrong, okay, the tables was tilted, the odds wasn't in your favor, and maybe a lot of people do deserve a lot of karma, and maybe so, right? But stop looking for it. Because that's you holding on if you're looking for it. You gotta let the bygone be the bygone. It gotta be dealt with in divine timing, not in your timing. Like you can't sit around and be in the energy because it'll cause you to isolate. You'll be isolating from people and literally you won't even acknowledge it. But the reason for your isolation, it'll be that you really waiting to see people karma play out. You sitting back looking like I don't want, and then it won't never happen because it's not the right energy to be in. That's not how people get dealt with in life. And a lot of things that happen to you, they spiritual. And we don't understand what goes on in the realm of the spirit, right? I mean, we were watching a lady the other day, and this was amazing to me, right? And her burden was crazy, and I'm going to tell y'all about it, right? We were watching her. So she was initiated. First, she had a lot. She was well off, and she was initiated into witchcraft by somebody she married, right? And she didn't know that this man was into what he was into. So once they got married or whatever, and he revealed what was going on, she then became a part of what was going on. So her initiation was unbeknownst to her, right? But I guess she kind of went with the flow. So lo and behold, this man did all sorts of things to this lady, right? And ultimately, she became very ill. And when she felt very ill, she began to suffer continuously from her involvement with these things, right? And she said in her testimony that the man that did all of this to her, he ended up finding Jesus. And he was a preacher. And it was like, and she was like, I'm not judgmental. And I had admired her character for that, because it was like, it showed a depth of to me, it showed me a level of a person's faith where she gained the understanding that basically in the divine scheme of things, the person that done her wrong was quite important, because he became a preacher, right? I mean, he became a minister. So it was in his testimony. He met her in his darker days, right? But yet and still she was left with a sickness, right? And it's like, it's a testament to how we got to begin to look at it. And some of us, we not even dealing with that much. Like, I mean, somebody put witchcraft on you, initiate you, and then leave you to deal with the spirits, right? That's kind of foul.
Look, I like Captain of Starship said, the world isn't what we think. I told a hood dude that dusty demons run the gangs in my city spreading dust. But he said, I'm bringing negative energy. That's how we know the forces behind these things. That is so true, the dusty demons. Okay? But that's exactly a true statement, and they cause corruption and dust throughout the neighborhoods. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Yeah. And the last download is it was, I didn't even write this one down. Oh yeah, it was the way that we process things and our thoughts is what's holding us up. It's our process. The way you process abundance, the way you process having everything is that's the thing that's holding you up, because it's causing you to chase what you think you need instead of attracting what you need to you. You're gonna always chase. If you don't change the way you comprehend, you're gonna stay in the frame of chasing it. Like if you in lack, like say for instance, you don't have no money, but you abundant. You truly abundant, right? I mean, spirit say you're abundant, but you don't have any money. The only reason why you don't have any money and you're abundant is because you're looking at abundance like money, so it's going to run away from you. When you realize you abundant, you're going to start doing things that don't require money, and that's going to lead to money. It's the activity, right? Just sitting back and thinking like, I need bread, I need money. You always going to need money. But if you realize, like, if you can recognize I'm abundant and I can attract what I need to me, it'll come to you. It may not come the way you want, and a lot of people don't want to hear that because people just want money right now. But the thing about it, the universe could be telling you you need to be healthy. You don't need money right now. And we'll take it for granted, like, because we want what we want. But I feel like that could be the case for somebody. Maybe your involvement with money could be toxic on a certain level. Meaning, when the universe open up money for you, maybe you take it and do things that could lead to you being unalive. So God maybe shut down the flow of bread to you in lieu of strengthening your health.
To preserve you.
That's abundant. Yeah. Because you know how you abundant if you Spirit says somebody ain't trying to hear that. But listen, just say you bad with money, right? And the universe rewards you with a lack of finances, right? To protect you. You really are abundant because you drawn to you what you need. You need health.
Right, because imagine being a person that has some kind of addiction, right? And you get a whole bunch of money at once, right? A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you may drive yourself to a place of of what they call an overdose or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes God has to separate us from the things we think we need to really save our lives.
Yes.
How many times your lives been saved? Mine has. You know what I'm saying? From just wanting to go places I shouldn't be able to go, right? Just things like that. You ever been like late to work You be trying to speed all fast. Everything keeps happening. You stump your toe on the bed. You know, you got an attitude about that. And the whole time you don't understand God was trying to prevent you from the accident you might have got in. God was trying to prevent you from the argument you might have got in. God was trying to prevent your kids from being locked out of the house because you had to turn back around or whatever it is, you know. You just have to start looking at those kind of things.
You're not lying, love, because God gives us so many opportunities to hear his voice, because most of the time when things happen, it's that time where we have to go think. And that right there is a reward within itself. Like, if God is giving you time to assess life and process things, that's a blessing. Because calamity falls on some people and they don't have a chance to process anything. Right? They don't have a chance to, it just comes in. So if God is rewarding you, like, that's a reward. I think we just gotta really take it back to the basics of being grateful and showing gratitude for small things.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff I'm saying is hard to conceive. That's why people run from it.
Because we lose sight of just the small things. Like, you know, I remember a time being homeless, and now I find myself, right, every time I'm in the shower, because I take very hot showers, I'm in there like, thank the Lord. I'll be so happy for, you know, a hot shower. And you guys, you know, remember, we left everything to step out on faith. We left our home. We lived in our car for 5 months. So, you know, I can really appreciate small things in life, because I had a whole lot of things at once and I had a whole lot of nothing at once, right? And I felt like when I had a whole lot of nothing, I was actually more happy. You know why? Because I was just relying on God to just do everything. You know, as long as I was taking my steps, my action, God just was working with me, and he continues to work with me. So
Why am I keep being drawn to this post? And I think it's because you drew me to it. So I'm gonna respond to it on both channels.
yeah, I want you to this one.
It's the top one.
I want you to go to this too, 7.
Okay.
07. Which one you looking at?
But that one right there. I want to say something. He said the world isn't what we think. I told the hood dude that dusty demons run the gangs in my city, spreading dust. But he said I'm bringing negative energy. That's how we know forces behind these things. But in reality, I want to say something. When we take on that attitude, we are bringing negative energy. You know what the devil is very good at? Accusing you. So accurate with the accusation. When you said it's the dusty demons in the gang, and he said you bringing negative energy, he's right. The demon is right. He's using truth against you. And this is what the devil does, tempt and accuse. So it's up to you to not even say that. Because see, when you label a thing, it shows that's energy in motion. That's, if I say it's a dusty demon running a gang, it shows the emotion behind what I'm saying.
That's true.
So that energy becomes negative. That's the same way when we attack people. Like, you know, if we practice religious narcissism or spiritual narcissism, and we do those type of things, it's the same energy. It's like it's a negative energy that you bring, and that's what evil likes. Evil like to see both sides lose. In the midst of the confusion and chaos. If I can convince you that insulting that person is righteous, you know what I'm saying? That's what evil wants to do. Evil wants to convince you that you insulting a person. God ordained you to insult somebody. That can't be right. And it says, have y'all ever had a dream where you felt something was trying to keep you in the dream stage or stop you from waking up because the dream is harming you? Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
100%.
All the way.
Yes. You know, it's crazy because when I was young, I used to have those dreams a lot where, like, I would be calling my mom and my voice wouldn't be projecting, right? And it was always this, if I be honest with y'all, it was always like a dark witch been chasing me my whole life. I met this when I was like 5 years old. I had this friend, and she was very strange, I'll just say. And I remember like strange occurrences would happen in her home. Now, I would never go inside of her home. I will only go on the porch because we were like neighbors. And I remember there was something strange going on in her home, but I couldn't really figure it out, you know, as a kid. But whenever I would leave her house and I would go home at night, I would have these dreams where like a witch was like, I don't know if you call it riding you, like where they straddle and jump on you and you can't project your
That's what
words.
they say it's called. That's what the old heads used to call it. The witch riding
Ride your
your
back or
right?
something like that, right? And so I knew from a long time, I already knew I had gifts at a very young age because things would happen to me that I couldn't explain, that people would be like, adults would be like, girl, sit down somewhere. Right? So yes, definitely understand, good prayer before you go to sleep, making sure that you're listening to high vibrational things before you lay down. You're protecting your energy. You're reading scriptures. You're doing. You have to understand that we're in spiritual warfare. It's World War III, so you have to do things to protect yourself spiritually and in your dreams. And it's crazy that we're talking about dreams today because I told you guys yesterday that I had a dream after a very long time. Well, guess what? I had another one last night, and it was freaking disturbing. I didn't tell my husband again because it was disturbing. I seen a person doing something that I did not want to see them doing, and it was disturbing to me. So it's something going on in the dream realm. It's something going on in the astral realm. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't figured out what's going on. But you could have been one of those people that have had your dreams stolen and they're coming back and they're like negative dreams. I feel like, I've been giving back negative dreams, but I'm waking up and I'm finding the positive. When I have a negative dream, because I had a terrible one last night, I woke up this morning like, okay, why did I have this dream? For awareness. I need to be more aware of what this person is doing. I need to be more aware, that's what Spirit was telling me. I'm like, well, why am I seeing this? I don't want to see this, right? So you could be having like some weird dreams as well. Yeah, 2 nights in a row.
I don't know a lot about the dream state. I know what I am in that dimension, right? Due to, people telling me what goes on in my dream state. So I know that I do a lot of warfare.
You're a warrior.
I know that I do a lot. Many people have told me that. Like, they have told me, like, sleeping next to you is crazy. Like, you speak in different languages. But I really wasn't versed at a lot of the sleep stuff until I began to get closer to God in a way that I never did before. And then I was shown what goes on. Like, I literally was introduced to the astral realm, not through mushrooms or any of that, right? It was through shared prayer, and it was God's gifting. Like, I was being attacked for a long time in the astral realm, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was all about. And then next thing you know, I was able to see what was going on, right? For a certain point of time. It's not like every time, but for about 4 months, I was able to see what was literally going on. Like, I was able to learn a lot. So I can tell you the best defense to your dream state, is prayer before you go to sleep. I'm talking about real old school prayer, right? Or you can make yourself a dream catcher. A lot of people don't like that. They associate that with the demonic. But in Native American cultures, it's a reason why they use dream catchers. They do summons the energy of Raguel, and also for us, and also they defend you in a certain type of way in the dream state. They offer a defense. But prayer. Begin to pray,
And we do make custom dream catchers too, y'all.
Yeah, we do make dream catchers.
They're cute. Mm-hmm. That's right, Demon Slayer.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep praying. That's right.
Sometimes you can actually find some people. Some people have that gift. Like, I know that she has it, but it has to be home, right? But some people have a home gift where they can really tap into, they can interpret what's going on in the dream realm. So, that's to find out. Once I found out, it made me stronger. I became acutely aware, okay, I be leaving when I'm asleep. See, I didn't know it for a long time in life. I didn't know that we literally leave this realm when we go to sleep. I just thought, you went to sleep, your body rests, you have a few thoughts. Some days you do, some days you don't. You wake up. It's far more complex.
It is, because I used to have two specific dreams that I had my whole life, right? And it used to be the one where I was about to fall off the cliff. I know a lot of y'all probably had that one, like that one where you about to fall off the cliff and it's like you fighting for your dear life to stay on. And then I used to have this weird ass dream, y'all. I used to be like in a prison cage, and it'd be a bunch of us. You just gotta keep fighting, like the best of the fights. Like I used to have dreams like that all the time, man. I mean,
I had
talking
some
about
dreams like that.
yeah, it's like you have to keep fighting, and whoever's the best, whoever's the last one, yo. And I used to have them dreams all the time, and I realized that it was a lot of things that I was fighting in myself.
I used to have dreams that used to be so intense, right? When I was young, I used to wake up disoriented, right? I used to wake up sometimes and I would literally be dehydrated, right? Or I would wake up and I would literally be like, where am I at? Like, what is going on? Like, and it was rough for me early on, like, because I was being attacked in my dream state for a long time, ever since I was 12, maybe even 11. Being a product of Bangful family members. So, and a lot of us, thank you, Spirit, I want you to hold on to your faith, because you could really be coming into the knowledge that you was introduced or initiated into witchcraft unbeknownst to you. Because some attacks lead to an initiation. Because God got to show you. Right? God has to show you what's going on with you. And sometimes as a child, certain traumas, they lead to certain spiritual initiations, right? Sometimes when we suffer abuse at the hands of people who are affected by the demonic, it kind of pushes us into a certain initiation. And I feel that, like, I don't know why I feel it on me strong too. Like, maybe some of y'all were introduced to things when you were young, and maybe you didn't know what it was. Or maybe you could have married somebody and they could have been involved in certain things, you didn't know what or maybe it could be the organizations. You may be a part of an organization and everything may not be what you think it is. Right? Don't make this resonate if it doesn't. I'm just saying, I feel like we have some people who are initiated in certain things and you're not aware of it. So, yeah. All right, so let's pick these cards up, get some messages out. I started doing this yesterday. I was clarifying with the Soul Activation deck, and I was using the Akashic Record Oracle, right? Slowly becoming one of my favorite decks. You got all kind of decks over there. I'm gonna go with the three that fell out. All right, so we got relax, follow, understanding, right? Tantric journey. Could be 42 years old. Relax and reverse with this tantric journey. I'm gonna just say the energy that I feel, right? And this can resonate, maybe it doesn't. But somebody, maybe you need to slow down. You could be in a promiscuous kind of energy, right? And I'm hearing digital promiscuity as well. So I don't know. Maybe you got some things going on.
Somebody on Tinder.
Somebody you on the internet a lot, right? And you're doing things. So maybe you need to relax, right? You kind of in go mode. Yeah.
Farmers.com. Somebody's on farmers.com or something.
Yeah, that kind of energy. Real tantric energy, right? You could be having allowing your mind to drift into a lot of lustful areas with this tantric energy, right? So just temper yourself. Follow perception, understanding transition. So is somebody ignoring your intuition? I feel with this follow perception, could be 35 years old, 35 could be significant. With this 43 could be significant. Follow perception, I feel like maybe you're not listening to what your intuition is telling you. Maybe you have a clear view of things and maybe it's not what you want to see. I don't know. It feels like it's a need for you to follow a deeper insight. So maybe God is giving you the way. God is showing you the way. And maybe you need to follow that perception of it. Because sometimes we come up with our own ideas. And being a person that has been in that situation, you got to really pray sometimes, be still, sit down, and really meditate on what it is that you're doing. Because oftentimes, I'm going to say this, clarity doesn't really coincide with what we want. So we reach for obscurity, right? Because we don't want to see that clear. It's like you got to follow that perception, like God is giving you a clear visual, maybe on life, maybe on your situation. God is giving you so much clarity, but you could be choosing not to lean towards that clarity. So you choosing obscurity, and obscurity leads to oblivion, right? It's too much, it's distorted, especially when God is giving you perception. And understanding transition means that you have to really get down and believe that you following the perception that God has given you is leading to a certain type of transition, and you have to understand transition. It's not you can't tell what's going on in divine timing. You can't predict all things. You don't know. So you can't be afraid to follow the clarity that God has given you just because you don't know what's on the other side of it. You got to understand the transition. It's called moving into the area of the unknown.
Moving on up.
Somebody, you got very keen clarity. God said, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, right? God is giving you can see. But maybe the clarity, you like, oh, nah, I see it, but I don't really want it to be. Well, sometimes we gotta buckle down and bite the bullet. I've been there. The transition is beneficial to you, but it's not necessarily meant to be easy. And it's not necessarily meant to be a bunch of places that's lit. It's full of dark places, right? This transition.
All right, so I got the sun over here to the exhaustion in reverse. So I love this. Like, someone could be full of new energy. You could be feeling yourself like feeling rejuvenated is what I'm hearing. There could be like a rush of energy, a burst of energy. You could be feeling like, I don't know, I just got, something just came over me. And I love this for you because there was something that was very exhausting to you at one point in life. Okay, but it's in the reverse now. I feel like you could have really let go of some things that were making you feel tired. And I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about in your spirit. Life is of the spirit. And, I noticed that evil loves to dampen your spirit, right? So it's something about, at one time you were feeling depleted, drained, and you were like, Lord, this is going to be a long journey, but the sun came out here. And I love this for you. Okay. Now there's something significant about a horse. I don't know if you live on a farm, you desire to have a farm or something like that. Or maybe you could just be very strong. The stallion is very strong, right? You could be a man that I'm talking to. Okay. But I also see a flower girl. So I don't know if someone's getting married or something like that. Or if your child is in a wedding and they could be a flower girl. I see a really beautiful little girl that is going to be like a flower girl coming up here. Okay, something about that. She could be wearing 2 ponytails or something like that. But it says, you know, a energy rush. It's a lot of happiness because, you know, when you were tired, it was like, think about it. Think about how many people you had on your team when you were tired, right? And they decided to take the shortcut, right? They decided to do things illegally. They decided to do things behind the back. They decided to do things that didn't benefit the team, but it benefited itself. Well, Spirit says, because you decided to hold on and not exhaust all of your energy on this negativity, it allows you happiness. It brings in success, abundance, truth. You know, I'm hearing a whole lot of yes, right? You could have been told no a lot, you know, over the last year, but I'm hearing there's a whole lot of yes coming in. You know, I'm hearing that if you sit at the right tables, the signature is all you have to, you'll be able to sign the documents that you want to sign. Because a lot of you guys could be, I'm hearing someone wants to buy a home, a new vehicle, right? And maybe you feel like your situation, your finances, your credit score, whatever it is holding you back. Well, guess what? God is saying nothing can hold you back when I'm involved in it. Okay, so something about that is very important here. Now, the next card we have is Clouded Judgment, and it did come out in the reverse. So
a lot of clarity.
I'm so happy.
There's
like
a lot of clarity,
you
out
know,
there.
I'm talking to people that, you know what I'm saying, you know how to use your discernment. Now, I ain't gonna say you use it all the time, and I ain't gonna say I use mine all the time. But what I am gonna say is that it's there, and you're becoming more aware of how to discern, right? You're learning how to truly try the spirit by the spirit, right? You're learning that everything that glitters ain't gold. You're learning that, you know, if I take shit and I put glitter on top of it, if you can't smell it, it's gonna appear to be beautiful, but if you smell it, you're gonna know that you came in contact with something that was an illusion. Okay, now we do have the Justice here in the reverse, so I don't know, I feel like because your judgment is no longer cloudy, you could be feeling guilty, right? You know how when you can really see everything that's happening and you be like, dang, man. I'm talking about when I say everything that's happening, you can see the things that are happening to people because of the things that they have done. And I feel like you could be feeling guilty about some of these things. You know, some of the people that have done things to you, you can see things falling apart in their lives. And because you are so empathetic, compassionate, and loving, it could be making you feel some kind of way. But, you know, there's no need to be shamed about anything. Now, I don't know if there was some people that tried to cancel you, because I'm seeing the cancel culture, okay? There could have been people literally trying to cancel you. I don't know if you work on social media. I don't know if you are a business owner or whatever, but like someone wanted you canceled. Like
they blame you.
And it's crazy because whoever wanted you canceled doesn't even own the network, is what I'm hearing, right? How can you cancel my show and you don't own the network, is what I'm hearing, because God says, I own this network, you know, and what I have for you, no man can take it away from you, is what I'm hearing here, right? Something about that? Okay. Then I have Nourish, right? Nourish, self-growth, self-focus, and finding. You could be nourishing yourself right now, your mind, your body, and your spirit. Someone's like, I need to be renewed here. You ever got to a point where you had to tell yourself, like, I need better for myself? It's not anybody on the outside doing anything wrong. It's me. I'm not making the right choices that I know I'm destined to make, right? And this is what I'm seeing here. Someone's like, okay, it's time to begin to nourish myself, because the 9 of Swords is here. You know, someone's gotten over like a lot of mental anguish, a lot of nervous energy, a lot of nightmares, okay? A lot of worrying, staying up late at night, you know what I'm saying? Like this energy is over with. You know, Spirit is saying it's time to nourish your spirit. You know, are you watching things? Because I'm hearing, it's crazy. There's someone in the energy and you watch all of these scary movies, gooey movies, bloody movies. You watch all of these movies and you don't realize how they are affecting you spiritually, because you are a spiritually sensitive person. So it's very important to pay attention to the things that you allow in your spirit. You know, your spiritual wall of protection. We got to do that with movies, social media, people, everything, right? So it's something about protecting the things that you're watching, the things that you're listening to, right? When's the last time you listened to something high vibrational for over an hour, right? Because sometimes we like to listen to things for a couple minutes and then it's like, man, I ain't got time for that, right? But I don't know. This is a good energy over here. Someone's growing, okay? Someone's getting to know themselves. You could have had you a little glass of wine to celebrate, okay? You could be lighting your candles and just relaxing, but I see a energy of growth and stability here. And, you know, someone needing to leave. There's a lot of projected feelings. That's what it is. You're feeling the energy of other people because they're suffering from the things they did to you and they're blaming you. Maybe you're not even around these people to know that they're blaming you, but you can feel it. And it's crazy because, you know, everything that we put out, the universe says we have to get it back tenfold, right? So it's not your fault that people did things to you and they have to pay the consequences. You have to deal with your own karma. So Spirit is saying, don't allow guilt to set in here.
Somebody's blaming you in the soulish aspect. So what does that mean?
I was looking at time. Go ahead.
No, I mean what it
I'm looking at the time. I was looking at this.
Oh, are they gonna call though?
It's on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the message for this morning. We're gonna tap. Oh no, we're gonna so we can get on. We're gonna end this right here. We'll be back a little bit later.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed the message. We love you guys so much. Make sure you have the bell notification on so you know when we're live again. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you leave some hearts, okay? Right? We love you guys so much. If you would like to support our channel, all of the information is on our page. We elemental beings, and we love you guys so much.